Hello dear students, welcome to Konar classes. Today we are going to solve a few questions from a principle of mathematical induction. And the first question, as you see in that board, as it is mentioned, define the sequence A1, A2, A3 as follows. Okay, so the sequence is defined something like this, that A1 equal to 2. That means the first term is 2. An is equal to 5 into an minus 1. That means what is that nth term of the sequence is equal to 5 times the n minus 1th term, correct? For all natural numbers n greater than equal to 2. Now the first question, the first part of the question is that write the first 4 terms of the sequence. So that means we need to find the value of A1, A2, A3 and A4. So what is the value of A1? A1 is given as 2. Now what is A2? A2 should be equal to, according to this definition, A2 should be equal to 5 into A1. So that means 5 into A1. What is A1? A1 is 2. So that means 5 into 2, that is equal to 10. What is the value of A3, dear students? So A3 should be equal to 5 into A3 minus 1. That means A2. So A3 is 5 into A2. So 5 into A2. So 5 into A2. What is the value of A2? Is 10. So we get 5 into 10, that is equal to 50. Now we get the value of A4. A4 is equal to what, dear students? 5 into A3. So 5 into A3. So that means 5 into A3 is 50. So that is equal to 250. So this is the way we find the value of the first 4 terms, that is A1, A2, A3 and A4. Now let's look into the second part of the question. Use the principle of mathematical induction to show that the terms of the sequence satisfy the formula an equal to 2 into 5 to the power n minus 1 for all natural numbers. Okay. So from this statement, what you need to do is that you need to first form the mathematical statement or mathematical proposition Pn. So what is our mathematical proposition or mathematical statement here, dear students? So that is denoted by Pn. That is a mathematical statement or mathematical proposition. What is this? That is stands for an equal to 2 into 5 to the power n minus 1. Okay, for all n belongs to the set of natural numbers. Now to prove this mathematical statement using principle of mathematical induction, first you need to show that P1 is true. Okay, so what is P1, by the way, dear students? So P1 is nothing but A1 equal to 2 into 5 to the power 1 minus 1. Now let's see what is A1. A1 we got 2, correct? Now that 2 into 5 to the power 1 minus 1 means what, dear students? So 5 to the power 0. So 2 into 5 to the power 0. 5 to the power 0 is 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So 2 into 5 to the power 0 is equal to 1. So we get 2. So what we get it from here? We get A1 according to the definition of this sequence, that A1 is equal to 2. Okay, and that we can write is equal to 2 into 5 to the power 1 minus 1. Or we can write 2 into 5 to the power 0, and then we can write 2 into 5 to the power 1 minus 1. In that way you can write. So what we see is that P1 is true, correct? So from here what we can say is that P1 is true. Now dear students, we need to assume that Pk be true. So let Pk be true for k belongs to the set of natural numbers and k is greater than equal to 2, correct? Now the moment we assume that Pk be true, that what does it means? This means is that what is Pk? Pk is nothing but Ak equal to 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1. So that implies pk is what? Pk stands for that ak is equal to 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1. So that is true. This is true. That means what? Ak is equal to 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1 is true. So whenever we get ak in our future derivation, we can replace ak by 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1. Now what we need to prove? We need to prove that pk plus 1 is true. That is according to the principle of mathematical induction. So what is pk plus 1, by the way? So let's write pk plus 1. Pk plus 1 stands for, according to this definition. So what is the definition of Pn? The definition of Pn is here. Okay, this is the definition of Pn. So according to this definition, what we can write pk plus 1, dear students, is ak plus 1 is equal to 2 into 5 to the power k plus 1 minus 1. So k plus 1 minus 1. Correct or not? So now this 1 and minus 1 got cancelled, so we can write 2 into 5 to the power k. Correct? So that is, we need to prove that ak plus 1 is equal to 2 into 5 to the power k. If we are able to prove it, then we can prove, yes, this formula is true by means of the principle of mathematical induction. Now, what is ak plus 1? Okay, let me use a different color pen. Okay, what is ak plus 1? If we look at that, ak plus 1 is equal to, according to the definition, ak plus 1 is equal to 5 into ak. Instead of n, we are writing k plus 1. So ak plus 1 should be 5 into a, k plus 1 minus 1, that is ak. So we can write ak plus 1 is equal to 5 into ak. Now what is the value of ak? ak is nothing but 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1. As I said a few minutes back, that we will assume that ak equal to 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1, okay, for our proof. So what we can write? So that is equal to 5 into 2 into 5 to the power k minus 1. Correct? So now 2 into 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power k minus 1. So what we can write is that we can write 2 into 5 to the power k. So that implies, what we can write is that ak plus 1 is equal to 2 into 5 to the power k. And that is what our mathematical statement, right? So we are able to prove that pk plus 1 is true. So this implies that pk plus 1 is true. Hence, by means of the principle of mathematical induction, we can say that Pn is true for all n belongs to the capital N. That means n equal to 2 into 5 to the power n minus 1 is true for all natural numbers. Okay. So now let's proceed to the next question. Okay. So let me write down the next question here, dear students, and then we will proceed. Okay. So what is the question here, dear students? The statement, it starts with a statement, that is, the distributive law from algebra says that for all real numbers c, a1 and a2, c into a1 plus a2 is equal to ca1 plus ca2. That we all know from the distributive law, right? Now use this law. That means we can use this one, that we can use that c into a1 plus a2 is equal to ca1 plus ca2. Okay, that is a law we are supposed to use in our solution. What we are going to do, use this law and mathematical induction to prove that for all natural numbers n greater than equal to 2, if c comma a1 comma a2 up to an are any real numbers, then c into a1 plus a2 plus up to an is equal to ca1 plus ca2 plus dot 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 up to can. So by looking into this problem statement, what is our mathematical statement or mathematical proposition, dear students? So we can write our mathematical statement Pn is something like this, that is C into A1 plus A2 plus dot 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 up to An is equal to CA1 plus CA2 plus dot 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 up to C into An. This is our mathematical proposition. Now what we need to prove first, that P2 is true, because according to the question we need to prove that for all natural numbers n greater than equal to 2, so it starts with 2. So we need to first prove that P2 is true. So what is P2, by the way, dear students? So P2 stands for C into A1 plus A2. We will take the first two terms, n equal to 2, that means the first two terms. So that is equal to CA1 plus CA2, CA1 plus CA2, and that is true from the given distributive law. Okay, so that is true, so or we can write in like this. So this implies so what we can write, so this implies that P2 is true, P2 is true as given. Okay, this is given, C into A1 plus A2 is equal to CA1 plus CA2. Now dear students, we will assume that let Pk be true. Okay, so let Pk be true, okay, for k belongs to the set of natural numbers and k should be greater than equal to 3, because for k is equal to 2 we already proved it. So that means what? The moment we are assuming that Pk be true, that implies what? That implies, C into A1 plus A2 plus dot 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 plus Ak is equal to CA1 plus CA2 plus dot 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 plus C into Ak. Okay, so that we are assuming that it is true. So this is our assumption that this is true. Correct, dear students? Now what we need to prove? We need to prove that Pk plus 1 is true. Okay, so what is Pk plus 1? From this definition of Pn, what we can write Pk plus 1? That Pk plus 1 we can write as, it stands for C into A1 plus A2 plus dot 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 plus Ak, then we will add the k plus 1th term, that is A k plus 1, and that is equal to C into A1 plus C into A2 plus dot 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 up to C into Ak plus C into A k plus 1. That is represented by Pk plus 1, and we need to prove it. That means we need to prove that C into A1 plus A2 up to Ak plus 1 is equal to CA1 plus CA2 up to Cak plus 1. That we need to prove. Now let's look into the left hand side of Pk plus 1. What is LHS of Pk plus 1? LHS of Pk plus 1. What is this? This is this term, right? That is equal to C into A1 plus A2 plus dot 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 plus Ak plus Ak plus 1. Correct or not? So now that we can write as, what we can write? So this we can write as C into, if you recall from the distributive law, okay, so let's assume this is equal to C into B plus Ak plus 1, where we are taking B is equal to A1 plus A2 up to Ak. Okay, so these are the terms we consider their summation, that a1 a2 up to ak, we consider this as b. Now the moment we consider this as b, so now c into b plus ak plus 1, that means c into b plus another term. According to the distributive law, we can write that c into a1 plus a2 is equal to ca1 plus ca2, na? So from that distributive law, we can write c into b plus ak plus 1 as cb plus c into a k plus 1. Correct or not? Now what is b? b is nothing but a1 plus a2 up to ak. So that we can write here as that c into a1 plus a2 up to ak plus cak plus 1, cak plus 1. Now dear students, c into a1 plus a2 up to ak, that is nothing but ca1 plus ca2 up to cak. That is coming from the assumption that pk be true. So we can write it here. So we can write it that ca1 plus ca2 plus dot 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 up to cak plus cak plus 1. And that is nothing but the right hand side of pk plus 1. If you look at that pk plus 1, dear students, this is pk plus 1. Correct? So right hand side of pk plus 1 is this. This is the right hand side of pk plus 1. So what we get is that, so left hand side of pk plus 1 is equal to the right hand side of pk plus 1. So that implies what? That implies pk plus 1 is true. So it implies that pk plus 1 is true. So dear students, what all we have achieved? First we prove that P2 is true, that we are able to prove it. Then we assume that PK be true. With that assumption, we are able to prove that PK plus 1 is true. Hence, from the principle of the mathematical induction, we can say that Pn is true for all n greater than equal to 2 and n be a natural number. Okay, so this is Pn. So we are able to prove that Pn is true for all n greater than equal to 2 and n is a natural number. N is greater than equal to 2, it is given here. So dear students, so now let's proceed to the next question. Okay, so let me write down the next question here. Okay, based on this question, what is the mathematical proposition or mathematical statement what we can mention? So you can mention this is the mathematical statement Pn. Okay, so what is Pn? Pn stands for sin alpha plus beta plus sin alpha plus 2 beta up to sin alpha plus n minus 1 into beta is equal to sin of alpha plus n minus 1 by 2 into beta into sin n into beta by 2 by sin beta by 2. That entire thing is a mathematical statement. Now, as we need to prove that this is true for the all natural numbers n, then first we need to prove that P1 is true. Okay, so what is P1? P1 means P1 stands for, this statement that from the left hand side we get only sin alpha. Okay, and in the right hand side what we are going to get is that is equal to sin of alpha plus 1 minus 1 by 2. That means we can write here 1 minus 1 by 2 into beta, into sin 1 into beta divided by 2 divided by sin into beta by 2. This is what it stands by P1. Now let us see whether this P1 is true or not. So for that, let's start with the right hand side of P1. So what we see is that RHS of P1, what is RHS of P1? That is equal to sine of alpha plus 1 minus 1 means 0, 0 into beta, so we can write 0 into beta into sine beta by 2 divided by sine beta by 2. So sine beta by 2 and sine beta by 2 in the numerator and denominator got cancelled. Okay, we can cancel, since sine beta by 2 is not equal to 0. Then what we are going to get, dear students? So we get sine of alpha plus 0 beta. That means sine of alpha, that is nothing but the left hand side of P1. So as right hand side of P1 is equal to left hand side of P1, from here we can say that this implies P1 is true. So P1 is true. We are able to prove that mathematical statement is true for n equal to 1. Now let us assume that Pk be true. Okay, so if we assume that Pk be true for k greater than equal to 2 and k belongs to the set of natural number, let Pk be true for k greater than equal to 2 and k belongs to the set of natural numbers. So then what we can write, dear students? So that what is Pk? Pk stands for sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta, and in that way it will continue till sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta. Let me remove this portion. Okay, we are already proved that P1 is true, so you can remove this portion. Okay, so what we get it here, so this is equal to plus sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta, and that is equal to what? That is equal to sine of alpha plus k minus 1 by 2 into beta into sine of k into beta divided by 2 divided by sine beta by 2. Correct? So this is true. Okay, that means this holds true. So we can give this identity as identity 1. Now what we need to prove? We need to prove that Pk plus 1 is true. Now for that, what is Pk plus 1? So let us write Pk plus 1. Pk plus 1 stands for sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta. In that way it will continue, and it will continue in sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta plus sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta plus sine, this is still the case term, then we need to add that alpha plus k plus 1 minus 1, that means sine alpha plus k beta, sine alpha plus k into beta. Okay, so that we can write. So this is equal to what we can write, dear students, here. This is equal to sine of alpha plus k plus 1 minus 1, that is k beta by 2. So sine of alpha plus k into beta divided by 2 into sine of, instead of k we should write k plus 1, so sine of k plus 1 into beta divided by 2 divided by sine of beta divided by 2. That we need to prove. Okay, and to prove this one, we need to take help of that pky is true. So this identity 1 we need to take assistance. Okay, we need to take assistance of the identity 1 to prove this one. Now dear students, let's find what is the left hand side of pk plus 1. Let me use a different color. So what is left hand side of pk plus 1? Left hand side of pk plus 1, that is equal to sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta, sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta plus plus sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta, sine of alpha plus k minus 1 into beta plus sine alpha plus k into beta. Okay, so that is the left hand side of pk plus 1, sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta up to plus sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta plus sine alpha plus k beta. Okay, I repeat dear students, what you need to prove? We need to prove that this is equal to the right hand side of pk plus 1. This one, sine of alpha plus k beta by 2 into sine k plus 1 into beta by 2 by sine beta by 2. That we need to prove. Now dear students, if we look into this part, okay, that sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta till sine alpha plus k minus 1 into beta, that is equal to this term, that sine of alpha plus k minus 1 by 2 into beta into sine k beta by 2 by sine beta by 2. So that we can write it here. So what we can write here dear students? So we can write sine of alpha plus k minus 1 by 2 into beta into sine k into beta divided by 2 divided by sine beta by 2 plus sine alpha plus k into beta. Correct? So what I am saying is that this entire term sine alpha plus beta, this term is equal to this one. Now let's work on this. Okay, so let me remove this part. Okay, so let me remove this one. Okay, and let's see what we can proceed. So this is equal to what dear students? So we can write it here is that in the denominator we get sine beta by 2 and in the numerator we get sine of alpha plus k minus 1 by 2 into beta into sine k into beta by 2 plus sine alpha plus k into beta into sine beta by 2. Correct? Okay. Now what formula we need to use? 2 sine A sine B. Okay, so that for that we need to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. Okay, so we multiply both numerator and denominator by 2 and let's see what we are going to get dear students. Okay, so let me remove this portion. Okay, so 2 sine A sine B, that is equal to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So cos A minus B, that is equal to k into beta by 2. Okay, cos A minus B, okay, minus cos A plus B, that is alpha plus k minus 1 by 2 into beta plus k into beta divided by 2. Okay, now in the similar manner we can apply here 2 sine A sine B, that is equal to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So what we can write it here? So you can write it here plus cos alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2. So alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2 into, sorry, not into, minus we can write a plus b. So cos a minus b minus cos a plus b minus cos a plus b. So alpha plus k beta plus beta divided by 2. Correct? And in the denominator, whatever is there, 2 sine beta divided by 2. So what we get it here, dear students, in the next step, what we get is that cos of alpha plus k beta by 2 minus k beta by 2 will get cancelled. So we get here cos of alpha minus beta divided by 2. Correct? Minus what we get is that alpha plus k beta by 2, k beta by 2. That means k beta, alpha plus k beta, okay, minus here we get is that beta. So what we get here is that alpha plus k minus 1 plus k. So that means 2k plus 1, 2k minus 1 into beta by 2. So what we get it here, dear students? So we get here is that minus cos alpha plus k beta, alpha plus k beta minus beta. So alpha plus k minus 1 into beta. In that way also we can write. Correct, dear students? Let me repeat. Alpha plus, we can take beta by 2 common, then you will get k minus 1 plus k. That means 2k. So that we will get, here alpha plus k minus 1 plus k, that is 2k minus 1. So what we get is that, okay, so here we can write is that this step we can write okay, if we simplify, we get here, that we get here cos of alpha plus k beta by 2 plus k beta by 2. So k beta, alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2. Okay? And then cos of alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2 plus cos of alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2 minus cos of alpha plus k beta plus beta by 2. So minus cos alpha plus we can write here k beta plus beta divided by 2, and in the denominator we get 2 sine beta by 2. Okay. Now dear students, minus cos alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2 and cos of alpha plus k beta minus beta by 2, these two will get cancelled. Then what we left with? So let us do it here. Okay. So we need to prove this one. Then so let us return this part and let us prove from here. Okay. So we continue from here. Okay. So what we get, dear students, here, that this is equal to, in the numerator we get cos of alpha minus beta by 2, cos of alpha minus beta by 2 minus cos alpha plus k beta plus beta by 2 minus cos alpha plus k beta plus beta divided by 2 divided by 2 sine beta by 2. Correct? Now in the numerator we get the formula for cos c minus cos d or cos x minus cos y, the way you want to remember. So what is that formula, dear students? So that is equal to, if you remember this as cos c minus cos d, that means 2 sine c plus d by 2. That means what? That is alpha minus beta by 2 plus alpha plus k beta plus beta by 2, okay, divided by 2 into sine d minus c by 2, okay, into sine d minus c by 2. What is this? This we can write it here is that d minus c by 2, that means alpha plus k beta plus beta by 2 minus alpha plus beta by 2 divided by 2. In fact, we can give it the first bracket only, that's fine. We can keep it this as first bracket, okay. And in the denominator we get 2 sine beta by 2. Now the 2 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator got cancelled, okay. So what we left with here, so this is equal to, what we get is that in the numerator we get sine of so beta by 2 and beta by 2 get cancelled. So what we get, 2 alpha plus k beta by 2. So or we can write that is equal to sine of alpha plus k into beta divided by 2. Okay, so we started getting, you see, what we need to prove, the numerator, the first expression we are getting. And the next one is that sine of, what we get, plus alpha minus alpha got cancelled. So k beta plus beta by 2 plus beta by 2, that means k beta plus beta plus beta, k into beta plus beta, that is equal to, and k beta plus beta, and that is divided by 2, that is divided by 2 into sine of beta by 2. So now if we simplify further, dear students, so what we are going to get, so this we are going to get is, this is equal to sine of alpha plus k into beta divided by 2 into sine of, what we get is that k plus 1 into beta divided by 2 divided by into sine beta by 2, okay. So this is nothing but the right hand side of the given mathematical statement. So that is equal to, that we can say that is equal to right hand side of p k plus 1. So dear students, if you started following from the very beginning, what we get, first we prove that p1 is true, then we assume that pk is true, and with that assumption we are able to prove that pk plus 1 is true. Hence, by means of the principle of mathematical induction, we can say that mathematical statement is true for all natural numbers n. Okay, so with this, let me conclude the session here. In the next session, we will solve few more problems from the principle of mathematical induction. Till then, thank you very much.